Hello, welcome back. This is going to be the 8th video solving one straight year model exam from one of the international school. It says which one of the following is equal to the integral x cosine of 2x dx. This time, as you see, there are two functions, okay, multiplied, x and cosine 2x. So which method will be preferable to integrate this one? It is integration by parts, because the two functions are multiplied, we can reduce the exponent of the linear one. So we can take as u is equal to x, and du will be the derivative of x, which is 1, and dv, if you take cosine to x, the integral of v will be, when you integrate this one, it's going to be sine 2x, but the derivative of 2x, it's 2, but we'll take 1 over 2, so 1 over 2 sine 2x. These are the starting point. Therefore, the integral will be, first uv, will take uv, that means half x sine 2x, then minus, multiply the last two here, it's going to be the integral half sine 2x dx. When you complete it, this 1 over 2 is constant, you can extract easily, and the integral of sine 2x will be cosine, negative cosine of 2x, but over 2, because the derivative of 2x will be 2, but you will take as a reciprocal, I mean as the denominator, that constant. So finally the answer will be half x sine of 2x. Then these two will multiply the other constant we do have already here, and the negative is going to be plus 1 over 4 cosine of 2x plus constant c, but there is x also, you don't have to forget. Yeah, the x is found at the beginning, not here, so it must be just 1 over 4 times cosine of 2x plus c. So the answer will be necessarily c. Okay, let's continue to the next question. The next question, it says the volume of the regions bounded by f of x equal to x and g of x is equal to x squared between x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. Revolved about the x-axis. This time, if you try to plot, how does it look, the graph? One of the function will be like a parabola x squared part, but we are going to consider only between 0 and 1, so we don't need the other part. So if 1 is nearly around here, so we need to consider only just part of it. And the second one, it's just a straight line, it's passing through 1 again. Therefore, we are going to revolve about the x-axis, means the graph, or how does the image looks, this area, we are going to find the volume of this region. So the formula for volume, the upper function, it's f of x, and the lower function higher under this interval, it is g. The volume will be, we can say the volume is equal to pi times the integral from 0 to 1 f squared minus g squared d of x. F of x means it's x, and g of x is x squared. When you square them, pi, keep it outside, the square of x squared will be like the square of x will be x squared minus x power of 4 when you square each of them from 0 to 1 and d of x. And then when you try to integrate, it's going to be, the pi is still outside, keep it, 1/3 x power of 3 from 0 to 1 minus again 1/5 x power of 5 from 0 to 1. You can integrate in this matter, this pattern. This is exponent 5. Okay, what do I do? When you integrate x power of 2 or x squared, the exponent increased by 1, so x cubed, then that exponent is going to be denominator. So when you set 1 0, 1 cube is 1, 0 cube 0, so it's 1, so 1 over 3 minus 1 over 5 simply. When you subtract, it will be 1/3 minus 1 over 5. That means because 1 0 doesn't have any effect, it's going to be 5 minus, by crisscross, 2 over 15 you'll get. So the answer will be 2 over 15 pi cubic unit. So the answer will be D. Okay, let's continue to the next one. Again, the next question, it is antiderivative means integral. So we are expected to integrate it. What does it say? We are looking for the integral of 1 over x cubed square root of x. This is what we are looking for because it says antiderivative means integral dx. Therefore, what I can do, I have to simplify the denominator because it's x. So x cubed radical x means is the same as x cubed times x the power of 1 over 2 because radical x means x the power of 1 over 2. So when you multiply, you can add the exponent x the power of 3 plus 1 over 2. This is going to be x the power of, by crisscross, 6 plus 1, 7 over 2. Then 1 over x the power of 7 over 2 means it is the same as x the power of negative 7 over 2. So we simplified everything. That means I'm going to integrate this. This is what I'm looking for. When you integrate this, what will happen? X the power of negative 7 over 2, 1 will be added on it, and then that will be the denominator. Negative 7 over 2 plus 1 will be denominator. So when you add it, negative 7 plus 2 will be, which is negative 5 over 2. When you flip it, it will be negative 2 over 5 times, and the exponent also negative 5 over 2, but the negative exponent means you need to bring it down to x the power of 5 over 2 plus c. So which choice contain this one? Okay, it has to be simplified and written in the form of radical. So when we simplify and write it, it's going to be negative 2 over 5 x squared radical x. So let me repeat once what I did. First step, just I take the denominator part, the whole, it is here. Then radical x means, it is x the power of 1 over 2. Then since it is product, I just add the exponent. Here it is, by taking one base. When you add them, crisscross, 3 times 2, 6, plus 1, 7 over 2 it comes. Then since the whole thing is as a denominator, you can bring it up and the exponent will be negative. Then this is what I was looking for. Then you can integrate now. When you integrate this, remember the rule, x the power of n integral will be like x the power of n plus 1 over n plus 1 it will be. Therefore, negative 7 over 2 plus 1 over the same manner. But when you add this exponent, it will be negative 5 over 2. This sum will be negative 5 over 2. But negative exponent, they have to bring it down. Here it is. And the denominator also the same. But the denominator part will be flipped. So when you flip it, it will be negative 2 over 5. The negative remains. Then x the power of 5 over 2 means x the power of 5 over 2 means it is the same as x squared times x the power of 1 over 2. Because if you add them, 2 plus 1 over 2, it's going to be x the power of 5 over 2. Therefore, the answer is going to be B. Let's continue to the next question. When you go to the next question, what is the value of the definite integral from 0 to 1, 3x squared minus 1 over e the power of x cubed minus x dx? First of all, let us try to integrate, and then evaluation continues. So to integrate this function, better to use substitution. Let us take the exponent of e as u, that is x cubed minus x. Take this one as u. If you derivate both sides, du will be the derivative of this will be 3x squared minus 1, just dx. That means the upper part, the whole thing, okay, with including the x, will be replaced by du, as you see here, and the lower part will be e the power of u. So the integral will be du over e the power of u, which means the integral e the power of negative u du. When you integrate e the power of u, it will be the same, but the exponent negative, it affects, it will be negative. So this is the same as negative of e the power of negative u. Then let us replace, let us get it back. What is the value of what is u? Negative of 3x squared, x cubed. Let's get it back because the u is here, it is x cubed minus x. Then from what to what? From 0 to 1. Therefore, keep the negative here outside and try to evaluate. So when you complete it, it will be When you insert 1, 1 cube is 1, 1 minus 1 will be 0, so negative 0 means just e to the power of 0, it's 1, The same manner, if you insert 0, it will be 0 minus 0, which is 0. That means e to the power of 0, again, it's 1. So 1 minus 1 will be 0, negative 0 means 0, so the answer will be obviously A. We can go to the next question now. The last question, it is for today, piecewise function. It says f of x is equal to x cubed minus 2x squared for negative 1 less or equal to x and x less than 0. And again, it is f of x equal to sine x for x greater or equal to 0. And then we are asked to evaluate or to find the value of the integral f of x from negative 1 to pi over 2. From negative 1 to pi over 2 means the interval it is from negative 1 until 0, we're going to use the first function. From 0 to pi over 2, the second function. That means it is the same as the integral from negative 1 until 0. We will take the first function, x cubed minus 2x squared dx. Because the function below 0 will be guided by from negative 1 until 0 will be x cubed minus 2x squared given. Then after 0 plus, we can make from 0 to pi over 2, we will take the second function, which is sine x dx. Then when you integrate them, the integral of x cubed will be 1 over 4. Don't forget this is negative 1. 1 over 4 is the power of 4 from negative 1 to 0. Again, the second one, negative 2 over 3x cubed. Again, from negative 1 to 0. And the third one, sine x integral is negative cos x from 0 to pi over 2. Now let us evaluate. When you evaluate 1 over 4, keep outside. When you insert 0, it will be 0. And when you insert negative 1, it will be 1. 0 minus 1 will be negative 1. Minus 2 over 3, again, keep it outside and insert 0 here. 0 cube is 0. And negative 1 cube will go to negative 1. So 0 minus negative 1 will be plus 1. Then minus. Again, cosine pi over 2 is 0. And cosine 0 is 1. So 0 minus 1. So what you have now, negative 1 over 4 minus 2 over 3 plus 1, because negative, negative. When you do the first fraction by crisscross, what will be the result? It will be negative 3 minus 8 is negative 11 over 12 plus 1. Again, crisscross, it's going to be 1 over 12. Yeah, can check it. So the answer will be B. These are some of selected problems I prepared for today. I will continue solving. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you for watching.